All right. Hello and welcome back to the Crossword vlog, aka Clog, Saturday edition. And that's it. Sometimes I add an extra edition to the end of these intros, but it really is just Saturday edition, and that sort of says it all. Saturdays are, of course, the hardest puzzle of the week. We've solved every other puzzle this week, starting from Monday, without any serious difficulties, honestly. But now we have come to the greatest challenge of all, the Saturday. So it's pretty rare that I solve a Saturday puzzle, although it's been more common in recent weeks. But yeah, anytime I'm able to complete one, it's an accomplishment. So let's see if I can get it done this time around. Let's do it. Ooh, very aesthetic grid. I can't articulate why it's aesthetic, but it just feels very open and flowy. Okay. With 14 across, Shakespearean words after what's? What's? Couldn't tell you. Accomplishment for the 1970s Oakland A's. Okay, so I think I could be so off on this that the movie Moneyball was about the Oakland Athletics. And Billy Bean, the manager of the team, bringing in a very statistical, mathematical approach to baseball. They didn't win the World Series that year, but they had the record winning streak. So maybe it's a win streak. Okay, sorry for the diatribe. Just really brought you through my whole thought process. It was a while ago that I watched Moneyball. You'd prefer to have service in it. Service in... don't know. Rare golf shots. Aces? An ace is another word for a hole-in-one, I think. Okay. Didn't shy away from. You'd think there'd be an ED somewhere in here. So maybe like ED here, but KD looks pretty bad. So if I were going to put ED anywhere, I'd probably put it here. Just in terms of like looking at what looks like letters. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I tried to be too big brain there. Put out. Let go in a way. Laughed and laughed and laughed. Huh. Yeah, don't know. Couldn't tell you. String game. Could game be like game animals? Okay. Neurotransmitter targeted by Prozac. Could that be serotonin? It's possible. Targeted by Prozac, though. I also don't know how to spell serotonin. That looks like about right. Nova Scotia is an area, so serotonin looks possible at least. Big fixtures at parks might end with an S. 1 each in those. Oh, I wonder if they're talking about the words themselves rather than the languages. Is there any letter that only appears once? Okay, well, easiest way to do it is start with the one with the fewest number of letters, so Greek. Is there an E everywhere? No, because Italian doesn't have it. Is there an R everywhere? No, because Spanish. G, no. And K, no. Okay. So it's not about the letters, necessarily. But I almost want it to be, like, something letter. I don't know. It's a bit of a stretch. Okay. Equivalent of 400 meters often. Often that's a lap on like your standard American, like, where, I don't know why I said American. Your standard track and field track is 400 meters generally. Low 90s could be A pluses. Oh no, doesn't quite fit. Or A minus, but I don't know what. A plus. A minus, perfect. Because, you know, like a 92 out of 100 might be an A minus. Often people that are nervous might pace. Inheritance powder. Oh, arsenic. Because arsenic is a poison, so if you really wanted your inheritance, you might poison someone for it. Inheritance powder. I guess like Spain might have won the World Cup in 2010. Like, no reason they couldn't have, and 5-letter country that starts with S. Pasta and Rasta pasta? I guess penne. I'm not familiar. I don't know what Rasta pasta is, but penne is a type of pastas. Did I say pastors? It's a type of pasta. Really on one today. My pronunciation is almost as bad as my spelling, but not quite. Not be under the weather. Feel okay, I guess. Okay, NK here. Something S, probably. I guess Carter must be Jimmy Carter, because he was president around this time, and he might have created FEMA. Does a parent's bedtime task, reads aloud. That's a nice little fill. I guess STU is a trio in the alphabet, you know, QRSTUV, etc. One of the original 13 colonies, I think Delaware, it's the only one I can think of that would start with a D. Probably an N here. The Lennons, it's definitely a last name because of John Lennon, so it could be the Lennons. They're in this clue. They're missing in this clue. They are okay, so the missing letters are E. So it's E or absent probably. E, then BAT, I, what on earth? They're missing in this clue. Then there's a U. Okay, my brain is breaking on that. I'll have to come back to that. Okay, who knew? So that's a phrase. Conniving coteries. Conniving is like scheming, but I don't know what coteries are. Super. Okay. Some choice words. Yeah, I'm gonna take new out because I think some choice words might be like or. Could it be ors, like literally or plural, like multiple ors? Okay. I'm just gonna keep that in mind. I'm off. I almost want that to be Sia. Win streak might be wrong after I spend like 2 minutes explaining it. Birthstone after diamond, so there's like emerald. That would fit. I was thinking like, you know, there's topaz, there's onyx, there's ruby. I don't know what any of them map to though, to be honest. Final participant, like last something. I guess art is a veil rather than a mirror. This is last. Does Bacardi have a bat in its logo? It fits well. Although, don't know what that is. Maybe last is wrong actually. Scoffing response? Yeah, I bet. Okay. Shakespearean words after what? What's... I don't know which word is supposed to be first. Final participant. Tester, someone who's taking a final exam. What's in a name? There we go. Could emerald be wrong? Like, what's... These letters are so off. Cat's cradle. Cradle. Testee, someone who's taking the test. Okay. Yeah, you like loop a bunch of yarn around your hand and then you make patterns and something. I forget exactly how it works, but something like that. Could score boards be right? Big figure, or big, oh, I read it as figures, but still got there. But like a ballpark, there might be a large scoreboard. Even a jumbotron. Let go could be release. I guess you might pet a dog, so petted. A bust could be a police raid. Tito's, I guess, is from Texas. Didn't know that. Well, that's definitely a well-known vodka brand. Letter. I'm still not a letter thing, but I guess these could be BAs, Bachelor of Arts. Cabals, I guess. Cabals are sneaky groups of people. Arsenio? Nope, doesn't fit. Deputy Dave? I don't know, that somewhat rings a bell, maybe. I guess deletions. They're absent. They're seen in this clue, I guess. Deletions. I don't know. That I might not even be reading that right, but I think deletions is right overall. Spelunks. Spelunking is the act of caving. Blubber. Maybe weep. Could be deputy dog. And then big blow would be a gale. Like a gale is like a large gust of wind. Who? Might end with S. Okay, I think win streak is wrong, as much as I hate to admit it. Because I think I'm off is really see ya. You can allay concerns. I don't know if that's quite the same as put out, but I'll try it. Looks like this is a last name, this is a first name, but CT first names are pretty rare. Could it just be Father Pat? I don't know. Is that too stereotypical? Might be. Poor drainage areas. I was almost thinking of like flood pans, like river pans, but I don't think that's right. Yeah, what could eye mean other than like look at or the physical eye? I almost want this to be the storm center. Yeah, this looked like center to me, and then like the eye of a storm. There we go. Okay, didn't help quite as much as I thought it would, but maybe it's just called the eolate. I don't think that's a thing. I don't know why I was so confident on a release. So I was thinking maybe like James Mann or something. Or like James Rand. Moray. Pretty stuck here. This might be a put it down and come back to it sort of puzzle. Take a look though. Ocean liner. So typically an ocean liner is like a big ship. But maybe these are things that like line the ocean. Maybe like sand. Count Bosie. State motto. Oh, yeah, maybe. Like the US states have all sorts of different mottos, and I guess I can imagine like Hawaii's state motto might be in Hawaiian. Some fancy state might have their state motto in French. Count Bosie. Isn't it a Palamo? Is that right? Palamo. Maybe unclasp. Maybe laude, like summa cum laude. I don't know what that means, to be honest. Probably honors. Maybe died. Like if you say I died, that could mean that you laughed a lot. So I was thinking this might be a letter spelled out, because the 19th letter of the alphabet is S. So that could be what they mean, because S is 19th in a series of 26 letters. LA could be wrong. Oop. What are the odds? What are the chances? Lean. Didn't shy away from. Leaned into. Tense saved me there. Maybe cast-offs, maybe? Father Ted, I think I've heard of that. Fans? The stars, like fate. If something's written in the stars, it's fated to happen. I guess they might be Serbian. Could Arnold be a poet? It's a name. Put out, maybe annoy. Like I felt very put out on. I was very annoyed. I guess. I don't know. That's not how I interpret the phrase, but could definitely be possible. So, you'd prefer to have service in a tennis match, or really in a tennis game. It's an advantage to be the one that serves. I guess three-peat. Fens. I guess fens are like swamps, I think. But yeah, I guess they won 3 World Series in a row, potentially. Okay, made some very solid progress there. So Somalia is on the Horn of Africa. Amadeo, maybe. Super Tuesday. A lot of Democratic primaries I decided on that day. Aldo? That's definitely... Aldi is also a thing, but... Oh, this was Ors. So, bull fan. Yeah. If you say something's bull, that means it's not true. Someone that's a fan of saying that sort of stuff might be a liar. The more you know. Who says? Okay. And I was sort of dreading this part. Because it's a lot of proper nouns. Barrio? Mare? Oh man. Barrio? Birio? Okay. Gotta go through everything here before I get too into that. Just make sure nothing's wrong. Three-peat. What's in a name? Leaned into. Put out. Annoy. Seems okay. Serb could be wrong. Unclasp. Yeah, that's definitely possibly wrong. Serotonin. Palomo. That sounds a lot better, actually. Serotonin. Palomo. Count Bosie. Maybe Paloma. Count Basie. Paloma. Just keep saying it. Palomo or Paloma? Paloma sounds better. Yeah. Amadeo. Guess it must be right. BAs. They're seen in this clue. I don't know. I don't like that. They deleted too much, but seems right. And spelunks. Okay. I think I've seen OP before. Emerald. Okay. Yeah, I changed a couple things over here, so definitely might not be that far off if it really was just a little jiggling on those cross proper nouns that needs to be done. But just really want to be thorough. Lennon's. That all seems pretty solid. Delaware. Yeah. QRS TV. All right. So Barrio. Barrio. Borio. Barrio. Gordon. James. What other letter really would make sense here? Can, but McCrae. McCrae. In the height setting. Oh, that was the it was a play that Lin-Manuel Miranda did a adaptation of recently. I think it is Barrio. It's like a neighborhood. Oh. How'd that C get there? Wow. Not even a bad time. Before I go ahead and admire the puzzle, you'll have to forgive me. There's a tradition around these parts. My name's Owen. Let's stay locked down. What on earth? You know, we're going to take the whole tour here. Pete Weber. Who do you think you are? I am. That's quite right. Let's go ahead and watch it on YouTube. What on earth? How am I in Bing right now? I'm on like I'm in like full screen mode, so my computer is just doing whatever it wants to. So trust me, I do not use Bing. This is the one though.
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it. And he got it! Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am.
Perfect.
Get it right.
What more could you want? That's just a tradition. Never gets old for me. But yeah, let's talk about this puzzle. I mean, obviously, I'm happy that I got a 32 on a Saturday. Very rare for me. But I thought this puzzle was actually kind of weak. despite my bias. At least it had some high notes, I guess. Like the stack of four is pretty nice. But then you get to stuff like Count Basie, crossed with, okay, this is sort of my fault, but crossed with Paloma, which this is a pretty nasty cross for people that don't know how to spell, such as myself. But in particular, this area is super dense with pretty inscrutable proper nouns, if I'm being honest. On average, someone solving the crossword these days was born after 1955. So I think they're probably not super familiar with the casts of movies, or maybe it was just a play. And then, 1974, maybe not the average solver was born after this time, but a lot of solvers were. And you just cross those, and neither of these are particularly recognizable names. And then, I knew Bacardi, but not everyone's going to know Bacardi. So that's going to be really, really nasty if you don't know any three of these. I think this area was really, really rough. Plus, there's a lot of not super interesting three-letter fill. You also got more inscrutable names all over the place. So I think I have to give this one a 4.5 out of 10, just a little bit below average. Not horrible by any means, but compared to the average Saturday that I experienced, I think this is definitely not as good. But yeah, still very much enjoyed the solving experience, especially the ending experience. But yeah, with that, I've sentenced myself to attempting to solve a Sunday after this. I usually try to avoid that if possible, but here we are. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.